En contra.
You see here that the U.S. is the only permanent member to vote against the truce of the bombing over there in Palestine.
Abstenciones.
The people of Gaza are looking into the abyss. The international community must do everything possible to end their ordeal. The eyes of the world and the eyes of history are watching.
We do not support calls for an immediate ceasefire. This would only plant the seeds for the next war.
And you see they use Jake as the face when they're doing BS.
This war is part of the assault to end the Palestinian people as a nation and to destroy the question of Palestine. If you do not share this objective, you must stand against the war.
Following the atrocities of October 7th, Israel committed itself to the elimination of Hamas's capabilities for the sole reason of ensuring that such horrors could never be repeated again. And if Hamas is not destroyed, such horrors will be repeated.
We are all aware that Israel began its military operations in response to the brutal terror attacks unleashed by Hamas and other Palestinian armed groups on 7 October. I unreservedly condemn those attacks, and I'm appalled by the reports of sexual violence. There is no possible justification for deliberately killing some 1,200 people. At the same time, the brutality perpetrated by Hamas can never justify the collective punishment of the Palestinian people. And while indiscriminate rocket fire by Hamas into Israel and the use of civilians as human shields are in contravention with the laws of war, such conduct does not absolve Israel on its own violations.
All right, Shalom, this is your brother Yuwanathan. All right, first and foremost, I want to give all praises to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakah Kodash. I want to give double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. I want to say shalom to all the brothers and, of course, the few sisters who are pursuing this truth in sincerity. All right, may the blessing of election be upon your house. Now, I ran that clip at the beginning of the video so you can have a visual aid of how merciless this devil is. And you notice, whenever this devil wants to show his horns a little bit, he'll put Jacob in the forefront as the spokesperson, okay? Try to shift that blame. But America is the main corporation that the elites use to push their vibration on the earth. And if they're ever doing something, if they're ever in a land, it's for their own benefit, not the benefit of another people or for the sake of justice. In 2023, if you think America is doing things just to do the right thing for the sake of justice, you're a fool. This is Sirach 10:8. Actually, we'll start at 7. Pride is hateful before God and man. And in Jeremiah 50, I believe 50 and 30, it says, let me actually go get it. It says that there's a man on the earth that's called the most proud. We know that's Esau Edom, the man that, likens himself unto the Most High. It's Jeremiah 50 and 31. It says, behold, I am against thee, O thou most proud, saith the Lord God of hosts. For thy day is come, the time that I will visit thee. And the most proud shall stumble and fall, and none shall raise him up. And I will kindle a fire in his cities, and it shall devour all round about him. Thus saith the Lord of hosts. The children of Israel and the children of Judah were oppressed together. Now, we're oppressed together here, what? In this captivity. In ancient Babylon, all 12 tribes weren't oppressed together. This is talking about this new kingdom. Our last captivity here in the Americas. And, scattered abroad. But Americas were the bulk of the nation of Israel. Okay? And all that took them captives held them fast. They refused to let them go. All right, now let's go back to Sirach 10. Bear with me while I pull it up. Sirach 10 and 7. Pride is hateful before God and man. And by both doth one commit iniquity. Iniquity is sin upon sin. Verse 8. Because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and what's going on over there in Palestine is an injury. And it is an unrighteous dealing. All right? Those people don't have a fighting chance. It's not a fight, it's murder. It's merciless. I brought this up at camp last night. You know, when you were in school and you seen a fight and one guy gets the better of the other, and he just keeps wailing on him even though he's down, even though he's done, and he just keeps wailing on him, and everybody has to pull the guy off like, hey man, you tripping, he's done, he's knocked out, what are you doing? That person is merciless. A merciless person is not fit to rule. All right, Sirach 10 and 8 again from the top. Because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another. And we know that Esau's blessing, going all the way back to Genesis, the promise that Isaac gave him, which was a temporary blessing, was the sword. All right, he would gain the world and the fatness of the earth by the sword. In dealing unrighteous injuries and riches got by deceit, like we just read. Everything about that, this devil, especially his blessing in the sword. Let's talk about it. It's multifaceted with him. It's not just his weaponry. It's also his words. He's weaponized his words. You have all these buzzwords that come up every now and then to demonize people with a particular philosophy that's against his, to demonize people with a particular stance that's against his. He makes up words to demonize or to criminalize particular people that's against his agenda. And the scriptures speak about this as well. Let's get this. I believe it's in Psalms. Psalms 64 and 3. Who whet their tongue like a sword and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words. And I want to start from the top, but I want to get it in the NLT. Let's go to the NLT here. Psalm 64. Okay, we'll just start here at the top. The point, of course, is in verse 3 like we just read, but this is the NLT once again. For the choir director, a psalm of David. O God, listen to my complaint. Protect my life from my enemies' threats. And this devil, he's been building up so that the people that are speaking the truth of the Bible, the people that have similar stances to ours, he's justifying. And let me say this. I forgot the professor that made this statement. Or maybe somebody else knows and they could put the guy's name in the comment board. But he made a statement a couple years ago. He says cancel culture is a rehearsal for mass murder and genocide. This whole cancel culture has people in the mind frame, or if somebody says something that's against the status quo, if they've done something, no matter how far back, that's against the status quo, the more morality that this devil pushes in his media, the wine that he pushes on the earth, this person should be X'd out of society. And what else is, akin to being X'd out of society? These people being done away with. So this devil is marinating and preparing the minds of the people to be okay with those who are far right, or whatever these terms they want to use, to be, pushed out of the way, so to speak. All right, Psalm 64 and 2 again. Hide me from the plots of this evil mob. So it's not just one person, it's a group of people. It's a nation of people, okay? From this gang of wrongdoers. They sharpen their tongues like swords and aim their bitter words like arrows. They shoot from ambush at the innocent, attacking suddenly and fearlessly. They encourage each other to do evil and plan how to set their traps in secret. Who will ever notice, they ask. The prophets will. The Lord has revealed all the secrets, your secret ploys and plots and tactics unto his men, so that the people can be forewarned. All right, I got another clip that I want to show you guys just to back up that, whenever this devil's in another country, it's not for the benefit of the people there. It's not for justice. It's for resources. It's to push an agenda. All right, so Abaratazah, after this clip, I'm just going to shut down the lesson. Abaratazah, the lesson was edifying. I want to give all praises once more to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakak Radash. I want to give double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. And I want to say shalom to all the brothers and, of course, the few sisters who are pursuing this truth in sincerity. All right? May the blessing of election be upon your house. Shalom.
Take a look at this. 20 miles off the coast of the Gaza Strip, there's an untapped natural gas field called the Gaza Marine. This field holds an estimated trillion cubic feet of natural gas, and the U.S. wants to develop it. Amos Hochstein, Biden's energy security advisor, referred to this as an economic revitalization plan for a post-war Gaza Strip, stating that there are companies willing to develop those fields. The United States has a contentious history with foreign resources. During the Iraq War, the U.S. opened the country's fully nationalized oil industry. Today, Iraq is dominated by privatized foreign firms. Remember to follow for more updates.